Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Cardinal Cafe on Fine Arts Fridays. I'm Chef Tom, and today we're going to talk about putting some instruction back into instructional video. On most of our videos we'll be doing cooking, however today we're going to touch on knife sharpening. I know that I always talk about how important a sharp knife is and how a sharp knife cuts and a dull knife tears. So today we're just going to take a couple of minutes and our triple stone and show you exactly how to sharpen a knife. When we open our stone, we'll notice that it has three very distinct stones in here. A rough stone, a medium stone, and a very smooth stone. So we're going to start with our rough stone. We're just going to grab a little oil. Put just a drop of oil on there. It doesn't have to be much. And when we take our chef's knife, we're going to run this at about a 22-degree angle. So this would be a 90-degree angle. This would be 45. We're going to go a little bit more than that. We're just going to take it, and we're going to run it across that stone from heel to tip. And it should only take about 5 or 6 times on either side to get a good edge onto your knife. Each time you finish, it's important to take your towel and wipe off your blade. And then we're going to switch to our medium stone. Just as we did with our rough stone, we're going to put on a drop of oil. It doesn't have to be much. And we're just going to go again. And we want to make sure we're going heel to tip every single time. And then just like we did before, we're going to rotate it one more time to our fine stone. And this is where we really get our edge. Of course, we're putting our oil on one more time. We're going to give that knife another wipe because we want to take the excess oil off of it. And I want you to notice when I'm wiping this knife that we always wipe from the spine, okay? Never on the blade side, always on the spine side. We're going to go ahead, we're going to wipe it down. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our stone and set it aside because that's really all we need it for. And at this point, we're going to bring out our steel. And I know that very often when you see me sharpen a knife, you see me sharpening it like this. This is the way I was taught, but for me, a safer alternative for people is to put down a towel, because if you don't put down a towel, your steel is sliding around. So you put down a towel, and you just run it 4 or 5 times on either side. Now, at this point, the reason we're using the steel is to take the burrs off of the blade that are left from the stone. And you can see that here's those little burrs here on the towel. And now this knife is razor, razor sharp. And when you're checking the sharpness of a knife, you always go across the blade with your thumb. You never go this way because you're almost guaranteed to cut yourself. So now that we have an extremely sharp knife, we're going to go ahead and we're going to break down a couple of chickens. Because when you go to the store and buy chicken, if you buy a whole chicken, economically you're coming out so much better in this regard. Plus you've always got some pieces left over to go ahead and make chicken stock, especially if you're doing something like a chicken a la king or a chicken pot pie to make your sauce or gravy. Today, we're going to show you a couple of different things. We're going to show you how to spatchcock a chicken, like if you're going to smoke it. And we're also going to show you how to do it in half. And also, we're going to show you how to cut it up 8-way, like if you were frying it. So, I learned to cut chicken when I was about 14 years old, and this is the way I was taught, and it served me well for a long time. You're going to take your French knife, about midway through the back, you're just going to start cutting. You're just going to get that backbone out, and as you can tell, the knife is extremely sharp. I mean, it is rolling right through here, okay? You're going to keep this chicken back, and you're going to put it in your bowl, because that's what you're going to use for your stock. And when you make chicken stock, if you have a pound of chicken, you're going to use 8 ounces of celery, 4 ounces of onion, and 4 ounces of carrot, along with a half a gallon of water, and then a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and some thyme, okay? That's going to be your basic chicken stock. So now, we have our backbone out of our chicken. We're just going to give it a little push there and break that breastbone, and then we're just going to slice right through. Okay? Now we've got 2 delicious half chickens. You can roast those up just the way they are, put them right on the plate, and that's a delicious chicken dinner. Or, if we're going to cut this 8-way, you take and you feel this little seam in here between the breast and the thigh, and you just give a little cut, okay? See that? You're not cutting through any bone there. You're just cutting tissue. We're going to do that again right here. You're just going to feel for the best spot to cut through. And again, just easy peasy, okay? Now, on these breasts, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take off these wings. And we're just going to go up here and we're going to feel around. And right here, you can feel the joint. And this is where you're going to start cutting, okay? And just like that, you have your wing off of there, and you have a real nice breast for roasting. We're going to do the same exact thing right here. We're just going to feel for that joint, and we're going to slice right through. Again, we've got the breast and the wings there. Now we're going right to the legs and the thighs, and if you turn the thigh upside down, you look for a little fat line in here, okay? And you're going to take and you're going to follow that fat line just on the drumstick side of the chicken, and I guarantee you every single time you're going right through that joint. I'm going to do that one more time right here. You see that fat line right here? We're going to take it on the drumstick side and just cut right through. And you're always letting your knife do your work, okay? You don't have to work really hard. Once you find those joints and you understand the makeup of the chicken, it's really easy. So, we're going to run through that one more time. This time, we're going to stop when the chicken is spatchcocked, and then we're going to take it into 2 half chicken portions. So again, we'll get a hold of our chicken right here, above the thighs, take our knife, and get in there. Now, when I say this knife is sharp, I mean it's extremely sharp. So please, be very, very careful if you're doing this. There's our chicken back again, perfect for our stock pot. Now, a lot of people, when they are doing a chicken, they will take off these wing tips and they will put them in the stock pot as well, okay? I prefer to keep the wing tips on, but I'm just trying to show you every option. We're just going to take this other one off right here. And now, having done that, if we take our chicken like this, see this big fatty glob right here? If we're spatchcocking a chicken, we're going to take that right off and put it right into our bowl for our scraps. Now, this is a spatchcock chicken, okay? We're going to season this any way we want. Very typically, people will take butter and put it up under the skin with the legs and the thighs. But for the sake of what we're doing right now, this is as far as we'll go with this. In the future, coming up in some more episodes, we're going to start doing some good wintry stuff like chicken and noodles, chicken pot pie, chicken a la king over a biscuit. But for today, I just want to concentrate on actually cutting up the chicken. And so once we have our chicken cut in half like this, now we're going to go through the breast. Now, sometimes this breastbone might be a little bit difficult to get through. Put your faith in your knife. You've got a good sharp knife. Just hit it and go through it. Okay? And there you've got two beautiful half chickens for roasting up if you're having a party with friends. There's not much more impressive than putting a half chicken on the plate. Thanks for coming by today. You know, as always, if you have any questions or something you want to see that we haven't done, you can email us at tbelisle@kcpublicschools.org. And we're always happy to return an email or do a project that you haven't seen yet. Hope you all have a great day.